Blog Talk Radio.
Following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add proof to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. A 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think he may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio with your host, Angelo. A show for trans folks by trans folks, here to let your voice be heard.
Hello, and good evening, and welcome to Transition Radio, live from the very wet land of enchantment, Silver City, New Mexico. It's been raining like crazy all night, and living in an RV, it's feeling like you have a bunch of little birdies walking on the roof. Anyway, my name's Angelo Cummings. I am your host, and I'm sure many of you already know that, but for those the first time tuning in, yes, my name is Angelo Cummings, can't even pronounce my own last name, and I am a proud transgender man, as I like to call myself, the trans man on a mission. Before I get started with the show, I want to say many thanks to the sponsors and encourage you to visit the website. The first sponsor, and they've been with me for a very long time, is the breastformstore.com. I can't speak today. They have everything you can imagine to enhance your feminizing needs. And the amazing Dr. Vart Madarosian, he's a facial feminization specialist, and he's based out of Jupiter, Florida. Also, I've got the great author, Katie Leon. She has several books, and I rotate the books on the website, and you could support her by buying many of her great books, and you'll never get bored because she writes about different things, and she's an amazing author. Also, if you guys want to sponsor or advertise on the show, please visit the contact us section on the website. Anyways, I was saying you could go into the donate section, and you will get a gift according to the amount that you provide. I want to give a very special thanks to an amazing individual. Her name is Rachel Brosati, for her generous donation and support. Rachel tuned in for the first time last week on our TV show and was impressed and wanted to support us, and we thank you, Rachel. She got a CD that we mailed, an ebook, and all the good stuff that was offered for the amount that she provided. I'm sending you my love and healings, and thank you so much, Rachel. Also, I want to congratulate Logan Wetzel and Miles Newman, who just entered into a relationship, wishing them lots of love and prosperity. Relationships are a wonderful thing, and talking about relationships being a wonderful thing, I myself am brand new in a relationship with Jean de Monique, and, people are afraid of becoming one, of sharing their love and energies with one another. They'd rather be alone because of fear, and fear gets us absolutely nowhere. We can't learn if we are alone. And not to say that being alone or having alone time is not important for the growth of your spiritual self, but the only way that you can really see the things that you need to work on is by being in a loving relationship. Even the relationship with our families and friends, all these relationships, all these interactions that we have in our lives help us grow and mature as spirit beings. So don't shy away from stuff like that, folks. It's important to love. It's important to share. It's important to learn from one another. Sometimes we're there to teach. Sometimes we're there to learn. Sometimes it's a mutual thing, and it's an exchange of energy, and that's all we truly are, is energy force. Anyway, guys, let's get real here, and this is what the show is all about. Call in with your questions, concerns, and comments at 646-716-6895. Again, that's 646-716-6895. First topic of discussion for tonight's show is, who are you really? I'm asking you this question because I am sure that there are many individuals in the world that have no clue who they truly are. You ask them who they are, and the first thing they tell you, oh, I'm a doctor. I'm a carpenter. I'm a father, or I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. No, not labels, not what roles do you play in this life. Who are you really? Have you ever tapped in inside yourself and asked yourself, what do I stand for? What do I believe in? Who am I? Or are you the type of individual that gets up like a robot every morning, turns off that alarm, hops in the shower, grabs a cup of coffee, maybe swallows some breakfast, gets in your car and heads to the office, pushing button like a monkey in a cubicle, or maybe you just interact with people day in and day out selling some sort of product for a big corporation that owns you. Who are you really? I dare anybody out there that's listening to this show to call me in and give me the response that I would love to hear. Who are you really? Well, I'll tell you who I am. I'm a spirit, ever evolving, lived many lifetimes in different galaxies in the cosmos. I am here playing in this beautiful playground that has been offered to all of us so we could grow and learn. I am not a robot. I am not a machine. I am not some sort of prized possession from a corporation or any sorts of entity or deity for that matter, because we are gods in the making. I know many of you can't understand that or probably think that I'm crazy rambling on this radio show. But if you want to challenge my belief, I welcome you to call at 646-716-6895 and tell me, who are you really? Do you even know who you are? Do you just walk through life aimlessly, like a zombie, like an ant in a colony, not knowing where you're going, where you're heading? You know that you have to get some sort of degree, a piece of paper that I personally think that we should wipe our asses with, and yes, I have that degree. I have that piece of paper, and you know what? We're pretty much taking to wipe my ass with it. Because you know what? Life as we know it is not about that piece of paper. Life as we know it is not about that degree, that title, that ego that leads us, controls us, because we are starving that inner child. We are starving that spirit. We are starving the humanity, that human, that thing that we are supposed to be. Because remember, we are spirits having a human experience. So let's really create this human experience. Instead, we wish to make these corporations, these individuals, these things rich, instead of enriching your life with love, light, compassion, passion, experiences. How many of you have never even traveled the world, and all you know is get up in the morning, turn off that alarm clock, get the cup of coffee, go to work, sit in front of a cubicle, and make someone else rich? Yeah, maybe you take a vacation once a year. You know, can you even enjoy it? Because you're so exhausted from all that work you've done during the entire year, and now you have a week, one whole week, to have fun, to feel that your time is yours. Because typically, your time isn't yours. You live on this clock, on this watch on your wrist, telling you what time you have to do what. So, who are you really? If you guys are too shy to call in, I would love to have you email me that information to the transitionradioshow@gmail.com or our new Heart Space Network at gmail.com, which is a love child of Gianda and I. We are planning to create a network of individuals who live their life based out of their heart, not out of your mind, not out of your ego, not out of what you're supposed to live your life as, but out of your heart. So please send us your email and tell us, who are you really? Because I really and truly want to know. How did you feel growing up? You know, this is one of those things that many of us never really think about, because from the time we're little, mommy and daddy and auntie and brothers and people all around us tell us how to think, how to feel. Soon as we start to walk, you know, and Mommy and Daddy have to go to work. They send us in some sort of little institution, which we usually call pre-K or, little nursery or whatever it is, or you get some nanny that takes care of you because Mommy and Daddy can't be with you because they have to go make the big bucks to pay for the things that they don't need to save up for your college education. It's the more I think about it, and it just drives me insane that people just don't stop and question the kind of life that we are forced to lead. You get people that work as executives that work 7 days a week. They're on like caffeine for their energy and all these new energy drinks. They can't get any sleep because even if they try to sleep from the whole day long adrenal pump that they've gotten, they can barely even function. Their relationships suck. They're afraid of intimacy because they don't know what that is. But it all stems from the time you were little. It all stems from the time that they shuffle you from one place to another, from classroom to classroom, from person to person, because you're not even getting that pure love that you deserve from your parents. Why? Because your parents have this notion that they have to follow the matrix, the rules of the machines, the corporations, the Rothschild, the ones that created all this craziness that we so-called life. We could change this, We really can. The key is stop having so much love for your materialistic goods. Stop being so attached to your Mercedes-Benz, your Rolls-Royce, your Corvettes, to all the toys, bells, and whistles that you collect throughout the years. Fill your house up to the point that you need to buy storage to put more junk in that house. When in reality, we really need very little, folks. We really do. We don't need all the stuff that your TV set demands you to buy. These programming that are constantly being pushed into your brains when you come home from work and open up your beer and a bag of chips and sit there in front of the TV set watching things because you feel you deserve that because you just busted your ass all day long at work, put up with crap from your boss, and you're terribly unhappy. But what are you doing about it? What are you doing about that? And what did you do as you were growing up? You just took the crap because that's what they told you. You knew that inside the inner light as children that we have, it was wrong, but they're the adults. They know better. So you just shut yourself up. When Mommy or Daddy told you, shut up, stop asking questions, you don't know any better. Even when you did see the spirits that you called your imaginary friends, which everybody made you feel like, oh, you're crazy. There's no such thing as an imaginary friend. But you had light and you saw everything around you. But you started second-guessing yourself because everybody else around you told you were nuts. But you were right. You had the light within you. And that light got dimmed and turned off as we got older. Another typical question I love to ask people, what makes you happy? I don't think too many people know that because your thoughts on your own. They really aren't. If you think about it, from the time you're little, you're programmed to learn to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, even though you may hate the country, even though you don't even know what a flag stands for because whatever they teach you in school in history, it's all bogus. We don't even know what makes us happy. This is something that many people go to therapy for years and years and years to have a therapist tell them what's wrong with their life. When half the time these therapists don't even know what's wrong with their own life, but they're trying to tell you how to run yours, and you're paying them the big bucks to lay down on the sofa and have you ramble, and they're just sitting there shaking their head with a little pen and a pad, pretending they care. All they want is your $150 an hour. But hey, it works for them. They got that little piece of paper that says, hey, I'm entitled to tell you what to do and how to think. Because you can't think for yourself. That's something that we've been told. And we believe it. Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, to give you some solutions. You are worthy. Stop believing what other people tell you to believe. Stop thinking what you think you need to think. Go into your heart space. And there's a little place right in between your chest. Many call it chakra. I just call it a space that connects you with your higher self. That's your lifeline. That is your heart. And that is where your answers lie. Not in your brain. Your brain is a machine. A machine, just like a computer. Your heart won't steer you wrong. And although many in the religious sector will try to tell you that your heart is wicked, because they're afraid that if you start listening to your heart, you won't listen to them. It's important that you make peace with yourself. It is important that you start understanding self. Take time out of that busy, hectic schedule that the machine wants you to have. And start meditating, start reflecting, self-analyzing. But don't analyze yourself with your brain. Analyze yourself with your heart. Go in there. Dig deep. Because the answers are all there for you. Get in touch with your inner child again. That child that knew everything, but everybody told them, no, shut up, you know nothing. My famous line my father would always say, children only speak when chickens pee. And I would say, when do chickens pee, Dad? I guess there was never. Because I was never allowed to voice an opinion. Adults knew it all. So after a while, you just kind of shut that little space in your heart and just start analyzing things with your mind and listening to everybody else outside of you. Permission. Start listening to yourself. Stop doing what others want you to do. Stop living this fake life that they've taught us to live. Downsize. Need less. Therefore, you have more time. You know that old saying, time is money? Well, hey, that's right. Time is more valuable than money. Being able to be in your own thoughts, to be around those you love, to go for a walk, to breathe the air, and to unplug from this madness is worth its weight in gold. Do what you love. If you love to create, create. The universe will reward you with what you need. Stop worrying. Stop living life in fear. This programming can be broken. Number one thing you need to remember, don't live life in fear, because that is how they control you, by creating fear, by having you worry about your mortgage, your car payment, all these things that you have to continue to renew, whether it's your driver's license, registration. I mean, they keep you in this constant fear state so that you can't relax, so that you can't tune in to your inner thoughts, your inner heart. It's important, folks. It's important for us to just shut off that machine, shut off your TVs, and start listening to the frequency within. They want to tell us who to love, they meaning those that have controlled the world, whether it be through religion, financial institution, organizations, school system. You know, love is love, whether you're gay, bi, pansexual, straight, asexual. Love is love. And it's about time we, as humans, say, enough is enough. You're not going to tell me who to love. You're not going to tell me how to act, who to be. I am that I am, just like the spirit source, the universe, told Moses when Moses asked, who should I tell them? You are. I am that I am. We are part of that great I am that I am. And the sooner we start realizing this, the happier you will be, you will grow spiritually, and you will be able to detach from this machine. As long as they make you feel small, they will continue to control you, and you will continue to live in fear. Let go of that fear, family. There's nothing to fear. Life is like a ride. Enjoy it. Be that child. Remember when you were little kids and you would play outside and nothing else mattered because you were at the moment, you were present, you were enjoying yourself with your friends, whether you were playing in the mud or you were playing with your toys or just running in the rain, whatever it was. Go back to that memory. Attach yourself to that. Forget about the errands, forget about all these things that keep you away from happiness, and tap into that moment when you were a child. If that is what's going to take for you to realize that that is our normal state, not this craziness, oh my God, I have to be at such and such meeting at such and such time, I have to pay this bill, oh God, they're going to turn off the electricity, oh my God, I ran out of gas. All these crazy things that push us in all sorts of directions. It's what's killing us, and it's what's causing all these diseases. Unplug, folks. Be alive again. Be free again. And that's where you're going to find your true happiness. I want to ask you, why do you continue to repeat the same toxic behavior? Was it Einstein that said those that continue the same techniques or the same behavior and expect a different result is considered madness? Why do we continue to do the same thing time and time again? Are we expecting a different result when we are not changing our format? That is insanity, as Einstein said at one point. Change your life. Change your views. Change your heart. Remove yourself from the toxic people in your life that continue to belittle you, that continue to hate you and not nurture that inner child. You are the master of the universe. And because we give away our power, we tend to want to numb ourselves. And this is where we create addictions. Addictions with food, addictions with all sorts of pills, whether they're prescribed by your doctor or whether you get them in the street, or whether you go to the store and buy the booze, whatever it is that you numb yourself with. The only way to get rid of those addictions is by start listening to your heart, by knowing that it is important to be good to yourself. It is important to take care of yourself, because if you don't, sooner or later, it'll catch up. I've heard people say, well, you got to die of something, and I want to enjoy my life. So enjoying your life means that you have to take in all these toxic material created by the system so then they could sell you another chemical, the pharmaceutical company, of course, so they could keep you barely alive. And you're falling for this, oh, but it's life, and I want to enjoy life. So you can't enjoy life unless you're drugged up, fill yourself up with food that is less than optimal for you. Really, are you that programmed that you can't realize that you don't need these things to make you happy? Happiness is in your heart, not things outside of you. And I believe the sooner we learn this, the freer we'll become. So the health tip for today: if you're having difficulty sleeping at night, okay, in which many of us do, because it's like we lay in bed from go, your thought process is just, your synapses there in your brain are just like taking off, snap, 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 crackle, pop. Do a deep breathing session. But what you do is you count your inhalation and exhale. How do you say it? Exhalation or exhale, whatever. And without being robotic about it, you just breathe in, count 1. Breathe out, count 2. Just stop focusing so much on the count and start focusing more on the action. Deep breathing in, deep breathing out. If a thought comes into your mind, which you'll probably will, it's like, oh my God, I got to pay this bill tomorrow. Very gently tell yourself, negate, all is good in my world, and go back to your breathing. Gently program your mind to let go of the problems or issues that you face during the day and just focus on your breathing. A healthy mind is a healthy body. And that will also create healthy emotions. We don't have to own our problems. If you can't find a solution at the moment, you put it aside until you're able to find one. And if you can't find one, put it aside and the problem will eventually just go away. It's important to tap into your spirit world. Everything is not materialistic. And I'm not talking religion, because religion is just another way of controlling us in another business, in another part of the matrix. I'm talking about your spirituality, your connection with your higher self, that one-on-one relationship that you have with the inner you. It's important. Anyway, guys, I've rambled long enough. Remember that I am a certified nutrition consultant, master personal trainer, life coach, and spiritual guide. Please visit the website and check out my prices. If you go, there's on the right-hand side, there's a fitness section on the website. I'll be more than happy to help you with your questions. I do provide a short free consultation, but my prices are there for those that are local, and for those that are not local, I also do Skype consults and help you guys out in every way I possibly can via phone, Skype, email, whatever it takes. This Thursday, I've got Paige Elliott Phoenix from the X Factor. Please tune in for that. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be an amazing show. You could call in, ask Paige a question, or ask myself any questions. The show is for you to let your voice be heard. And now I'm going to end you with a song that I wrote years ago. This is very acoustic. It's called Alone. And I wrote this when I lived here in Silver City back in 2008. Guys, I love you. But remember to always, always love yourselves too. Good night, and thank you for tuning in.
Listen, little man, I know it's been so hard to see. Living in this world of ours, it doesn't seem like real. Is anybody listening? Is anybody there? Can someone help me see this? I'm tired and I'm scared. Alone, 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 alone. I've traveled on this road. It seems like miles and miles I've walked. I cannot walk no more. Alone, 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 alone. I've traveled on this road. It seems like miles and miles I've walked. I cannot walk no more. Started out one afternoon, bought myself some things. I had a vision in my heart, along with a few dreams. Is anybody listening? Is anybody there? Can someone help me see this? I'm tired and I'm scared. Alone, 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 alone. I've traveled on this road. It seems like miles and miles I've walked. I cannot walk no more. Alone, 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 alone. I've traveled on this road. It seems like miles and miles I've walked. I cannot walk no more, no more, no more. Along the path I saw some things that opened up my mind. I met some people along the